So I did my presentation on Selena Quintanilla Perez, um, who's otherwise known as Selena. She was born on April 16th, in 1971 in Lake Jackson, Texas. She died March 31st, in 1995 in Corpus Christi. She was in the family band Selena y los Sinos. She started off in the band. She grew up speaking English but sang in Spanish, and she learned Spanish over time. She created her own clothing line. She died at 23 when Yolanda Saldivar shot her in a motel room after arguing about business affairs. And there was a movie made about her life in 1997 starring Jennifer Lopez, which was actually Jennifer's breakout role. Uh, she was Her family band, Selena y los Sinos, was started by Abraham Quintanilla, her dad, and her brother AB played the bass guitar, and her sister Suzette played the drums. And Chris Perez was added as the lead guitarist in 1989, and Selena and Chris married in 1992. And then they their career consisted of like touring around Texas and like finding labels to record at. And then they finally joined EMI Records in 1989. Okay. She was known as the Queen of Tejano music, and she put her own special spin on Tejano music by revolutionizing the genre. Tejano music is Texas Mexican music developed with U.S. influences, and there's three forms, which is conjunto, banda, and grupo. And grupo uses keyboard instruments and synthesizers as its foundation, and it's really evident in Selena's work that she uses synthesizers and keyboard. Como la Flor was in 1992. It came out in 1992, and there's piano synthesizers, percussion, bongo drums, and bass guitar in it, and it's ABAB form, and there's like a steady melody to it, and the rhythm in the back seems to be everywhere with all the different instruments. But the piano synthesizer brings it like all together. There are multiple repeated riffs between the lyrics and song, and it was Selena's first number one song in the US, and it boosted her career. Okay. Selena in American history. She came out with her album Ven Conmigo in 1990, and it was the first Tejano record to go gold. And she came out with Dreaming of You in 1995. Or she didn't come out with it, but her family did, and it was released after her death. And it topped Billboard 200 chart, making it the first mostly Spanish album to do so. And she was the first female Tejano artist to win Best Mexican American Album in 1994, and she just influenced a number of artists. Uh, One of the influences was, of course, Jennifer Lopez and her breakout role in Selena, and then J Lo continued to uh, take off with Selena's influences by having flashy and big Latin style throughout the years. Uh, It inspired Beyonce. I listen to Selena all the time, is what she told an interview, and this caused her to release six Spanish language songs for a re-release of her album Beat It. She was covered by Bruno Mars and Camila Cabello, and uh, Selena Gomez too, just at concerts and award shows. Amor Prohibido is another song of hers, and it was on top of Selena's Hot Latin Songs for 9 weeks. I mean, it was top on Billboard's Hot Latin Songs for 9 weeks. It became Selena's first number one song as a solo artist, and it has been certified platinum 7 times. And it translates into Forbidden Love. The texture is bongo drums, percussion, synthesizer, and bass guitar. And the rhythm is kept well by the drums, and there's a lot of oomph in the melody. And all of this makes for a very showy and dance-like song. And there's a faster moving tempo. I started up here. Okay. And then her legacy, MAC Cosmetics came out with the Selena collection to honor her. And there's a star on the Walk of Fame that honors her as well. Selena ran, oh, there's a Selena museum ran by her family in Corpus Christi, Texas. Uh, Fiesta de la Flor is a Tuesday music festival honoring Selena, also ran by her family in Texas. She did a lot of humanitarian work and inspired a lot of young women to be the best that they can be. There's also something called the Selena Foundation, and the Selena Foundation was established in 1995, shortly after Selena's death. It was created to give donations in Selena's memory to charitable donations to help children in need. Their quota, as seen on the website, is to offer the motivation that every child needs to complete their education, to live to live moral lives, to love their families, to respect human life, and to sing whatever song they were born to sing. Lastly, there's "Dreaming of You" by Selena, and the song and album were both released after Selena's death in 1995, and the album was meant for her to make the transition into more English Spanish speaking music into her career. The musical details, there's a very slow tempo and it's a very emotional song. Um, it's Dreaming of You. I'll play a little bit in right now. But anyways, there's very light instrumentation which focuses more on her song interpretation, and it's not like crooning or anything, but it like is drawing more to the audience and like it's to someone who she loves. Um so yeah, and there's a soft and calm melody to it, and then the counter melody has a lot of focus on layering over her vocals and repeated riffs in both English and Spanish. And you'll hear it right now in a little bit. Let me just And yeah, so I hope you were able to hear like a little bit of what went on in the song and everything. Um, but yeah, this is my presentation. I'm Eva Rodriguez and I did Selena.